Live.
We live.
Hey, what up, YouTube? Back at you for the Eagles game this week. I got my same troopers from last week, so we gonna get into it. Start off again with special teams. Other than the blunders, I actually thought special teams stepped up more last week. Even though, to me, Kamara got pushed into the punter, to me it was stupid. You just let him punt and let Dak run the 2-minute offense.
Go ahead, DMV.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I just think that was a bad call. I'm not even mad that we went aggressive there. I get what people are saying, but sometimes you got to go aggressive, not necessarily to block it, but to try and get them to, blunder the punt or whatnot. I didn't think it was a terrible call to go aggressive there, but yeah, like you said, it was a clear hold. How the hell you missed a hold there? But
we already know how that happened.
The only reason we're mad at the call is because we know that we're ref differently. We're not mad at the football play itself. So, I mean, when I look at it that way, I'm like, damn. Well, if I'm talking football-wise, like, that was a clear penalty. We're thinking, well, just play it safe because we don't get no calls. And it shouldn't be that way, but it is, So maybe that's where he made the bad call because we are officiated differently. But I mean, I just want my coaches to coach. So don't even think about those type of things. And I mean, it is what it is. But I think we were better everywhere else, like you said. And we got the field goal unit on the field at the end, and Zerline knocked it through. So I was pleasantly pleased by the special teams. I thought it was about even both ways, and it was good enough to win.
Your special teams coaches made your special teams a lot better. Fossil gonna fossil sometimes, but you deal with it. He's gonna try to block a punt every once in a while. He's gonna do a fake every once in a while. He's a really good special teams coach. You live with the plus minus of it because sometimes his fakes and his block punts are going to hit too. So I'm really not tripping over it. It's kind of a Cowboys thing. If it was it happened to Panthers or Houston, nobody would care. It wouldn't have even been a thing. But it was, it's Cowboys. So, we got to make a big thing out of everything. We can't be happy with a win. The clock management at the end was bad. It was.
Oh, yes.
One. Special teams shouldn't have tried to block that punt. All right, well, it didn't cost you any. Christian McCaffrey was walking off hurt. That's enormous news for us next week if that's something serious, which we hope it isn't. I'm not that type of fan. I don't want injury. It's just we're live on YouTube. You need to know if Christian McCaffrey's out, that's huge.
And that's huge for fantasy owners, too.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I have McCaffrey in a couple of leagues right now. I'm like, oh, here we go with this shit.
That
is actually something.
That's why everybody's keeping an eye on the game right now.
That is actually something I actually would love for us to finally go out and do. Just get a guy who is specialized in kick and punt return, like Devin Hester or Cordell Patterson.
They have one in Harris. Harris was a special team ace, a return ace. He was pretty good too,
and they let him go.
I mean, I think we got a guy. We just don't put him back there. I mean, Cedric Wilson can do it, and he's a receiver. I mean, it sucks now because we kind of need him because Gallup got hurt. But if Gallup doesn't get hurt, that's his responsibility.
Because I am not for CeeDee Lamb back there fielding punts.
Yeah, I'm with. I think in certain situations, like if we got somebody backed up, kind of how we used to do it with Dion. Like if we got somebody backed up and we need a big return and a momentum changer. I'm okay with it, but I'm not okay with it being like, hey, you're our primary guy.
Yeah. You don't want CeeDee Lamb as your punt returner, but you're okay with CeeDee Lamb occasionally fielding a punt. There's a big difference between those two things. He's not the punt returner. every once in a while he fields a punt, that's okay.
It also changes the dynamic too, because think about it as a punter. You'll probably have different scouting reports. You're probably kicking differently to CeeDee Lamb than you would to Cedric Wilson or to whoever else is back there. So you got to think about that too.
Agreed.
Because we're almost at a point to where I don't want Tony Pollard turning kicks.
Nah, he got to return. I mean, I didn't want him to return the kicks anyway because I don't really think he's that great at it. But I mean, to each his own.
I don't really want. Man, I just don't want him returning kicks. Just kneel. If there's anything in the end zone, just kneel.
Can't Clement return kicks?
Believe so. Yeah.
Has he been active?
Yeah, he played.
Yeah, he played. He was a running back on a few snaps last week.
Oh, yeah, he did. He actually had, I think, one good run.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Clement. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what he did in Philly.
Yeah, he was a special teams running back. Basically, what he did. Yeah, you see Christian McCaffrey walking off.
Yeah, it don't look good. It don't. I don't know what it is, but it don't look good.
It's probably an ankle.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It don't even look like, hey, I'm going to go get it retaped. I'm pretty sure they just would have done that in the tent, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good look. They're getting the extra look at that thing back there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he come back and close.
10 days. 10. You never wish injury on anybody, but if you could be hurt for like 11 days, I won't mind that. Sorry. 11 days, just hurt 11 days. No injury. You just hurt 11 days. I'm not going to be mad at that, man. Christian McCaffrey.
He walked off, so he'll probably be back for us. But the only thing that will probably keep him out for 11 days based on what we're looking at would be a high ankle sprain. That should keep you out.
Yeah, Dorrance.
Yep. So let's see. On the defense. I think Brandon Brooks being on IR helps, and I like getting Randy Gregory back. I don't like Dorrance Armstrong being out, so you kind of go tit for tat. But I like Micah as an edge rusher, sort of like what we was talking about in a break, because I actually can't see a old lineman keeping that 4.3 speed often.
Nah, that's something you can't even practice. You can't even practice that shit.
You would almost have Micah Dan Parsons is damn near the fastest player on the team.
Yeah, he is.
I would say Anthony Brown's your fast. He's a track guy, but other than that, yeah,
I think Bossman Fat is probably the fastest guy.
Yeah, but they're also playing against other fast guys, so it's like relative to their position. 4.3 against a lineman, like that's an advantage. 4.3 at corner isn't really that much of an advantage.
Can I give you the two reasons? It sounds like Parsons is going to be a pass rusher. He worked out with the pass rushers most of the time that the cameras were there. So unless that's strategic, I think that means that he might be a pass rusher. But can I tell you why I want him as a linebacker?
Sure.
The first is with guys like Jalen Hurts, I'm not really concerned about pass rush. I want him to stay in the pocket and have to throw because he can't do it. So I just want them to corral the pocket. If they get to him, fine. But a pass rush that gets him out, especially on that side where he's going to his right where he likes to throw, that bugs me. And then the other thing it does is if he's an edge rusher, Micah, then that means we talked about it before we came on. That means Jalen's playing more linebacker. And I don't want Jalen covering Goddard or Sanders, and I don't want Jalen running that option and having to look, decipher, make a quick decision, and have to change directions. That terrifies me. I'd rather run with an eye, and who else we have? Basham, and I think Golston's coming back.
The Ghost is coming back, and the odds are Keanu Neal's not going to play. So, almost want LUVE as my my mic backer this week.
How about Curse coming down to play like the third linebacker? You know, LV Parsons, or we all wish we could see some. Well, I'm not going to put it that way. We all wish we could see some Jabril in the game, but I just don't see it happening yet. I think they want to give him time. Same way they're doing Mukwamu. Just give him time and let him learn and practice.
I think we talked about this last week, but it's more so setting up for if you do have that 3-4 type of package, it probably would be better this week based on what we have as far as health. You know what I'm saying? And then you stand Micah up. I would rather stand Micah up.
Yeah.
3-4. Because then, you kind of get the best of both worlds. You can kind of drop them, or like you said, now Miles Sanders, you know what I'm saying? Like in those option situations, you have Micah right in the thick of things, or they try and run the other way.
Yeah.
And you got Randy on the other side. So
I actually like Randy Gregory better standing up personally.
Yeah. I mean, technically that's what he was, in college. That's pretty. So, I mean, if they have that in the repertoire, I kind of would like that, but you probably wouldn't stay in that in the base too much. But I mean, the reason that I would like Micah as a pass rusher this week is that with him and Randy Gregory, I don't think that Jalen could actually stand in and throw. I think he would be more so on his back foot because you got two guys that can kind of keep up with him, and you would make him step up being a shorter quarterback. I'd rather him trying to step up and complete throws that way, because I think we do have the interior guys that aren't going to necessarily make it as clean of a pocket as it had been in years past. I want Jalen Hurts to step up and try and make those throws because I think he's better trying to get outside and where he can see it and get his legs under it. So I'm trying to push him in the pocket if I can do that. And by using the speed guys where he can't get outside of them, I think we might have a better shot because things won't develop as quick. He'd have to do quick hitters. They'd have to be quick hitters where we can corral to the football.
And if you've watched them play, they actually love to throw bubble screens.
Which I think that works to us because we're a much faster defense now.
Yeah, much faster. And the one thing we've done well this year is tackle. Even Anthony Brown, missed one, but they've tackled well.
Because we was trash last year tackling.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking about. I think the Rams game might have been the only game they halfway tackled well. Then it was like, fuck it, the rest of the year.
It was gross. Last year was just a gross year.
Yeah, and this is what I'm proud of Jalen. I don't know if I'm proud or if I'm like, yo, finally, you're doing what we knew you were. He wasn't getting dragged for tackles. He was actually making contact, and he was stopping right there.
Yep. Got to give him credit, man. He played well. He played well against the Chargers.
His problem is Jalen can't diagnose a play to save his life.
And I think that's where it helps us to have Micah and having Gregory back this week. It helps us because everything will be quick. I don't think he'd have to diagnose stuff that quick.
What about the read option though?
I think, for me on the read option, I think it's more so on your outside guys than your middle linebackers, in my opinion, because those are the guys that make the read tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Micah is fast enough to where if your back has the ball, he's still there to kind of help. But if you try and get outside of him, he can kind of get flat down the line and make that a tougher, run for the quarterback. I mean, especially him, 4.3. That's kind of at Penn State. If you look at some of his college film, That's what he did that very well against the read option, and they didn't necessarily have him in the middle. They actually had him on the outside with some of that stuff. So that's the beauty of him. You can kind of move him around. I don't think he has to stay on the outside, but it would be cool. It would be cool to have him just come forward. That's what we want you to do, because I think he's elite at it.
That's a really fair point. Really fair point. I didn't even, you're right that the option is a lot on the outside guys, and Jalen would be playing Mike. So, yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah, because I don't really see them doing a lot of read option, but
I think they were tucking in real quick after Mike had hit Hurts a couple times. Tell you that much.
I think we're gonna see a lot of bubble screens and damn screens to Sanders and off that I'm noticing they are throwing deep. So when he throws it is gonna be deep. I actually like Trayvon to get another pick this week.
Yeah, wouldn't it be crazy? 3 straight.
Yeah.
Cause I think he's gonna follow Devontae.
Houston scored.
Yeah, Elton, don't give away this answer, but DMV, do you know the last person to get an interception their first 2 weeks of the season before Diggs?
First 2 weeks before Diggs?
Yeah, first 2 weeks of the season with a DB with an interception before Diggs did it these last 2.
Oh, man. I probably would say my guess would probably be somebody like Darren Woodson.
I'll give you a hint.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. That guy, Roy. Nice.
Roy Williams.
I knew it was a safety. I knew it wasn't a corner.
Which season? Was it 04?
It would have had I would have said sophomore year?
Man, I don't know what year it was, to be honest.
It had to be with Woody. Had to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. You guys continue. I bet you I could find out.
Yeah, because if you remember, and maybe it wasn't with Woody, but remember one year the Cowboys defense was number 1 for a long time. We had bum-ass Mario Edwards playing corner, and that was the weakness. That defense was real good.
Yep, because that was Terrence Newman's rookie year.
Yep.
I'm checking, see if I could find it.
Roy had quite a bit of picks, though, man. People sleep on Roy. I guess one Monday night bad experience, and then a couple of other plays where he got beat. Roy had a pretty good career in Dallas.
Yeah, the game changed on him. They took away the physicality of the safety right in the middle of his career
because of him.
Yeah, and they said, no, we're not going to let your type of player exist anymore, basically. And he became there's nothing he could do. He wasn't a coverage guy, and they wouldn't let him hit, so he became somebody you really couldn't play.
But I think he would fit well in today's league, actually, because if you put him in Keanu Neal's role, he could do that. They just didn't think that far ahead. You know what I mean? Like the game hadn't evolved the way that it is now.
Yep. I'm surprised somebody in the comments doesn't know this already. Where y'all at? Come on, comments. Find out for me. When did Roy Williams get the 2 picks in the first 2 games?
Man, Roy was a soldier, man. I'm telling you.
I love Roy.
That's my little brother's favorite player.
This is all Kelly Rowland's fault.
And it's funny. He actually was the change of we ain't gonna let safeties really hit hard no more. You gotta let the guy catch him because he broke T.O.'s ankle.
Yeah, actually, it was a horse collar, which it's actually funny because, I mean, people act like it, but I mean, you see people get horse collared and they pop right back up.
Yeah. He tore people's knees up with his horse collar. He was so heavy and strong.
That damn grass was tearing people's knees up. That's what it is.
And that damn AstroTurf.
Yeah, that stuff tore people's knees up. Like, you see people get horse collared all the time. It gets cold, but you don't see anybody's knee get torn up. I had to think about that the other day because, I coach. So I had to think about it. One of the parents of my son's youth football team asked me, do we deal with a lot of knee injuries? We don't. Because we all have we all have
natural
synthetic turf. Yeah, we all have that in high schools.
Yeah, unless you in Texas, you ain't really seeing no turf. Yeah, because can't nobody else afford it.
Shoot, they can in Northern Virginia. Everybody got it. Everybody got it in Northern Virginia. Actually, you know what? In D.C., everybody has turf fields. I don't know about Maryland.
Nah, Maryland is purely grass.
Yeah, but a lot of pro players that are from D.C. donated back, and now they got turf fields. Like Dunbar has like a state-of-the-art field all the daggone time. Dunbar High School, right in D.C. That's the DMV fact for the day.
Hell, both Diggs brothers is from the DMV. Chase Young.
Yep, it's a lot. DMV is full of talent, guys.
Yeah, it's funny too, because when you see DMV fanatic, like, why the fuck do your ass want to go to the DMV with all the cars and? Nah, man, I don't want to go to the DMV. What joking is that?
Nah, DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia. Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you actually think? Because you actually know well as I noticed with Philly when they do their bubble screens it's mainly the Rager. They don't really trust him in any other route.
They trust him on another route. Go.
About what he can run.
Yeah. I like our matchups out there this week. I'll just say that much. I mean, if they want to do bubble, go ahead. I mean, I even like Anthony Brown this week. I don't think Anthony Brown has trouble this week.
He has speed. That's his game. Speed is his game. So if I worry about better route runners. I worry about bigger guys, but average route runners with speed. I'm not saying he won't give up catches, but I don't think he'll get killed. Out there because they play into his game.
Man, they better worry about Randy Gregory because Randy Gregory kills them.
Yeah, he does.
He gets after the Eagles for some odd reason. Last year, he kind of took Jalen Hurts' manhood a little bit. So they got to remember that.
You actually know what feels good. We actually have good safety play.
Yeah.
They come downhill, they'll hit you. I thought Malik Hooker played pretty good for his first action, and he actually was real close to picking one off. It was a completion, but he came downhill like a bat out of hell.
Seeing him damn C's out for the rest of the game.
You know what? From what it looked like it could be an Achilles.
I said, yeah.
Huh?
Well, they just saying hamstring, but he damn hopped like Achilles.
Yeah, he did.
Hamstring's hard to come back from in 10 days. So that might be a break we're catching. I know we have a lot of guys out, but you get Carolina without Christian McCaffrey.
Sam Darnold's falling apart now.
Yeah, that pass rush is getting after him. Really, to be honest with you, I don't even know if it's necessarily him, but they can't hold Houston on the edges. Mm-hmm. And then Houston had to miss the damn extra point. Come on.
Yeah, but you actually know I was real bullish on Curse when actually we damn signed him. Like, I don't want no damn Curse. Why the hell? And Curse has been balling.
I liked Curse because I thought they signed him for special teams, and I thought that was a need.
Me too.
So I was okay with it. I felt like it was an upgrade from what we had, And if we could get bum ass Darian Thompson off the roster, and that was their way of doing it, I was all right with it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a special team signing. I definitely did not see him playing defensive snaps unless there was injury. And in week 1, there was no injury, and he was in there for 62% of the defensive snaps. So had 11 tackles. So they played him a lot more than I thought. I honestly was just like Jimmy. I thought they were getting rid of Darian Thompson, and they needed a special teams guy to replace him.
And I remember being mad they actually didn't get Hooker. And then first I'm like,
me too.
He's okay. I'm like, but KZ's making plays.
I like having both of them.
Me too.
And it pays dividends too with Donovan Wilson being down. Having the depth there, I don't think it hurts at all. I think that it kind of played into our hands. I think we got lucky. I think we got lucky that he was still out there and we were able to still nab him up. But, I mean, big ups to the front office. I don't give them credit enough because, I'll tear him down in a heartbeat. But I think that they played the safety right this time. I still think we can get better. That doesn't mean we can't draft a safety if he's there, But I think that they did a very good job at upgrading the position. And it really started with Dan Quinn.
It actually seems like to me that Malik Hooker probably interview went like, hey, if you are healthy around July, we don't trust the medical right now, but if you're healthy, later on in the summer, we're gonna come get you.
Yeah, it was whoever's healthier is getting signed now.
Yeah,
and KZ was healthier. That's basically all it was.
I like KZ. The reason that I like him is we were talking about this all last year, Elton, and it was that our safeties didn't make quarterbacks have to think about their throws. So quarterbacks were able to just get into that read without nothing. We didn't have anybody it cannot fit that ball in there. We had nobody to make anybody hesitate at all back there. And I'm not necessarily saying that these guys are ball hawks, but KZ is in the right spot all the time. And I mean, you have to fit some really good footballs in there to get it there. If you don't, it's getting picked. And that's really all we asked for.
And this is the same thing with Hooker.
Yeah.
Hooker picked the ball off if you.
Exactly. Like there's little margin for error there. Give our pass rush an opportunity to get to the quarterback. And they got a bad rap for that. Like, now, seeing Micah Parsons just go in there and do what he did, now I'm like looking at D-Law like, all right, bro. Like, I've been getting on these safeties and all these other guys, but this Brook, who's really a linebacker, came in and, maybe he's a generational talent as a pass rusher. I know it's early, but it's just the moves and the speed and the stuff.
And then even at that, I damn look at it if he's pass rushing like that with damn D-Law come back, you can kick D-Law inside when they in the 4-man front. Especially on passing downs.
Gregory, Osa, Tank, and Parsons.
Or like I was saying, 3 down linemen and stand Micah up. And you can have D-Law, Randy Gregory, and him on the field at the same time. Still do all the same stuff you want to do. That way, he's playing 2 gaps. You have him playing 2 gaps. He's really good against the run. He'll hold up against that. You either freeing up Micah or you freeing him up. Like, you won't. I mean, trust me. I think that gets your best players on the field, and I think it gives us the best opportunity to win. With the guys like with Osa and then having Gallimore coming back, I think we'll be able to do it.
I think Boss Man comes back next week, don't he?
That's the earliest he can come back.
Yeah,
I wouldn't bet on him till the Giants or the week after the Giants, to be honest with you, being able to play.
Because for the most part, we get everybody truly back by the Vikings game after the bye.
Yeah.
Other than Tank, anyway.
oh, that's always a tough matchup for us. Even though we beat them last year, that's a tough matchup.
Zimmer's a great coach.
He is. That the only thing that we have in our favor is that Kirk Cousins is their quarterback. If anybody else is their quarterback, whew, that's a tough matchup.
Yep.
I actually like the fact that they got X Woods at safety.
True.
Playing well so far this year, but he don't scare. He's not scaring anybody. You'll throw it, Xavier Woods. He's not a guy that brings down interceptions.
Yeah. All right, let's get into offense. I am kind of interested to see how actually we play their defense. Because if they're gonna run the wide nine, we can run on it. And I don't really think they have the corners to check us on the outside.
It all depends. How healthy is Amari? Because Amari kind of gimped off the field the last time we saw him.
But Amari seems to have a big game versus them at home. He is averaging 150 yards versus the Eagles at home.
But any news on what he hurt? Because I think
he was limited in practice today. He said that it's getting better every day. He should be fine to play on Monday.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he didn't seem good on Sunday. Even before the gimpiness, something seemed like it was wrong.
He hurt his ribs at the end of the Tampa Bay game.
Okay.
And so he played the Chargers with bad ribs, and that's probably why. Also, we had way less. We had like 6 less possessions, and we ran the ball 26% more of the time. So we didn't have as many opportunities to get Amari the ball, but I think a little bit of it was his ribs bothering him, and so hopefully he's ready to go. Because we're gonna need to get the ball out quick. They got a really good defensive line. We're gonna need Amari and Lamb to do their thing quickly.
I actually think this is a big CD game.
Every game's a big CD game because, I mean, you can line them up anywhere. And, I mean, really, that's the guy you can kind of match up against whoever they're hiding on the inside.
I actually think this is a good game for Dalton Schultz to break out because I don't see their linebackers checking him either.
My guy this week is actually Jarwin. I like Jarwin versus these Eagles linebackers. And don't get me wrong, Schultz is the tight end 1 for sure. I mean, he's shown it over the first 2 weeks. But I think Jarwin's matchup is nice. And I think he's going to hit a couple of big throws up the seam.
I just think whoever Dak throws the football to, because I probably feel like Dak probably came into week 2 feeling like he left a lot of plays out there on the field. Probably didn't like the fact that he threw a pick. Probably didn't like the fact that he didn't touch the touchdown column. So I think anybody that's open, anybody can get it, you know. Whoever Ford throws the ball to. I mean, I think he's going to have a monster game. I think it'll be Dak.
I am glad Zach's back for this game because Hargrove and Fletcher Cox has been balling these first 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it worry you that we got to help out the middle a little bit more, and we might have to leave Terrence Steele on Sweat or Kerrigan one-on-one, not help them the way we were able to with Bosa?
Well, I mean, at a certain point, he was able to handle Bosa a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I think that was tougher than what he was probably facing this Philly game. To be honest, I like Kerrigan. Who was the other guy? Sweat.
Yeah, because Graham's out for the year.
Yes.
And then Brandon Graham kills us.
He does.
Well, I think that, actually, opposite of what we were thinking, I think we run the RPO better because teams are a lot more afraid of Zeke than we are their running back. So if they don't respect the run, I mean, Zeke is going to go off. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
Zeke always has a good game versus Philly.
so I think it's pick your poison with that. I think that's how you deal with that, and you can kind of, keep Terrence Steele engaged, and you can kind of help him out that way. I can personally tell you, as a play caller, or at my high school that I'm the OC for, that's one thing that I like to have in my trick bag. I love the RPO. I love it because it's really tough to guard. You really have to be disciplined. And even when you feel like, okay, we might have stopped them or we got them to 1 yard on the zone or the run there, then we'll bubble it out or we'll hit you with a slant and for a big game. So we did it against Tampa Bay, who is one of the top defenses out there. Actually, I don't know. This remains to be seen this year. We're going off of last year, but
Of course.
yeah, I don't think we didn't do too much RPO against the Chargers. I don't know why we didn't, but I mean, I don't think we needed to. I think we were able to run the ball pretty good.
They played the safeties back. So typically you don't RPO if the two safeties are just going to play deep safety. You're not really fooling them enough. Just give the ball to the running back. You don't have to worry about it. You guys want to hear Terrence Steele's quote this week about the Eagles game?
Sure.
He said they got a bunch of monsters out there. I saw them a few times last year, 2 times this year, looking for that revenge. I like that. He's coming.
Sounds like he got his ass whooped. But
he did.
Probably the game in Philly, but that damn game in Philly was hogwash.
DiNucci, right?
Yeah, that was the
you don't even watch the tape of that game. You just throw that game away.
And we almost won.
I know. Gross.
If you damn had a competent quarterback, we damn beat them by like 30 points.
He may not even have been a competent quarterback.
We could have beat them with Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
For real.
Because if you look at it, our receivers was running open all game, and DiNucci couldn't get it to him.
Oof. Yep, it was bad. It was really bad. That was the one game in the last 5 or 6 with Amari where Cooper had a bad game against the Eagles, and it's because they had DiNucci. DiNucci was throwing those screens and everything like that. That's not really Cooper's game,
Because Ben can't throw it past 4 yards.
No, God, he might be the worst football player I ever seen play. Like his games were that bad. He is awful at football. I wish the best
to the league.
Get better. I wish you the best, bud, but you were awful.
Yeah, facts.
Terrible. I'm like, see, when you got guys like him on the roster, shit damn happens to where they actually find a way of playing.
Hey, we love him this week, though. This week we love him because you want to talk about the ultimate friggin' practice squad guy to be Jalen Hurts, athletic guy that can't throw consistently. He's got Jalen Hurts nailed. Hey, run around and throw inaccurate passes. Okay, I can do that.
Hurts, man, if Jalen Hurts see this, he is coming to look for you, Mike.
Hey,
like,
if Paul,
don't ever compare me with damn Ben DiNucci.
Hey,
yeah, facts.
My host on Across the Cowboys podcast, he's a fan of Jalen Hurts, and I needle him, man. I tell him all the time, how'd your high school offense do against a real defense like the Niners? Because they were all up about Jalen Hurts when he was playing the Falcons. I'm like, well, I could throw for 200 on the Falcons, and I don't have rotator cuffs that work. Like, of course, he threw his intended air yards are like 3.3 yards a throw. Like,
yeah, because they just go streaming it.
Then they tried to do it and throw deep the next week, and San Francisco was like, nah, bro, the high school offense don't work on us, dude. You got to be able to. we were on a Eagles podcast last night, and they were talking about Cowboys have never faced a dual quarterback this year. You don't know how they're going to do. And I was like, dual quarterback? Doesn't he have to throw? I said, he is single quarterback. He just run. He only does one thing.
Dude.
They were not happy about that. They didn't like the answer.
That was pretty funny. I like Jalen Hurts. But I was watching the Eagles and the 49ers game, and people would say defensive game. I thought it was an offensive struggle. Defensive struggle, no, it was an offensive struggle. Both offenses stunk.
Yeah, they did. Because I damn started watching that game on the plane, and it damn put me to sleep.
Jimmy G was terrible.
Yeah, both quarterbacks can't throw. Jimmy G can't throw. I don't know what happened. He was pretty good for a while. I mean, he went to a Super Bowl. I know his team was great, but, you can't do nothing. You got to be at least like Trent Dilfer or Brad Johnson or something. And then he just, man, I don't know. Like, they're going to get – Trey Lance probably going to get out there sometime this year.
Yeah. Not early. How much they trusted Jimmy G? He only threw the ball 9 damn times in the NFC Championship. They said, don't worry about that. They said, don't worry about it.
Not in 1980. In 2000, whatever it was,
20.
They threw the ball 9 times in an NFC Championship game. That's insane.
And they ran for 300 yards.
That was an average what we gave up last year, so that ain't unfortunately. We're better this year, though.
Yeah, we are. Definitely. Feels good to tighten up in the red zone a little bit, too.
One thing I like about this team, even though everybody gives Mike shit, we actually make the adjustments.
Yeah.
We're really good coordinators too. I like I'm not anti-McCarthy. I like our head coach a lot.
Me too.
He's good. But man, they hired some good coordinators. They got rid of Mike Nolan and brought in Dan Quinn, and their coaching staff is nice. It's a good group.
Yeah, it is. I think like a lot of people are like, oh, McCarthy, I don't see where he has an advantage on the sidelines during the game. Dave Hellman said that bullshit. And I was like, bruh, that's because that's not where you really want. You want your guy Tuesday through Saturday to win you games. You want the preparation to be so good that all you got to do is make minor tweaks. You don't need that guy to, coach his ass off on Sundays like that. If he's got to do that, then he can't prepare. And that's what the hell Jason Garrett, that was his issue, was that we weren't coming into games prepared, and we were starting slow, and we had to, bust our ass to get back in games.
But if you damn listen to the Cowboys reporters, they actually think Garrett was great Tuesday through Saturday, which I kind of believe. But Sunday, he damn couldn't make an adjustment if his game plan didn't work. Now, if Garrett's game plan worked, we usually beat the shit out of somebody. But then when it didn't,
well, how good is your game plan if you can't make? Because my thing is your game plan should always have wrinkles in case this doesn't happen. This is where we're going.
Yeah, it wasn't. You always felt like that they were one injury away from just falling apart in a game. Like, it tripped me out games where Sean Lee would get hurt and like we didn't understand.
We didn't know what
football to do anymore. Yeah, like we went. I mean, I get like you lost a guy, but it was one of 11 players, and you went from they can't score on us to they score every drive. We went out.
Dang. I guess my question is, how good was the preparation? How good was the preparation if we weren't prepared for adversity?
Garrett's a locker room guy. He's great in the locker room. Anything that had to do with football on the field, I don't want him anywhere near it. I know great in the locker room. People loved him. The players loved him. He was good with the players, and that's awesome. But he was a negative.
Look at New York. Look at New York.
Nah, that is just a shit show.
No, but look, okay.
That is a shit show.
So we made T.O. the bad guy. We made Dez the bad guy. Now Galladay's up. Now Galladay's in his shit.
Yep.
So common denominator.
Yes, sir. Jason Garrett, the Red Rifle. Well, that's Andy Dalton. I apologize.
Yeah.
Red hair.
I don't know. Even though I think he's bad in New York, but I think Joe Judge is worse.
Man, they're all bad.
Joe Judge is so bad, but he still yelled at Jason Garrett.
Yeah, he that kind of bad. Jason Garrett's like, Joe Judge is like, damn, man. Like, be my level of bad at least. Don't be your level of bad. Be my level of bad at least.
Yeah, they're still like doing stupid stuff. Like you watch in New York and call a timeout and you get a delayed game after a timeout. Like, bro, like what did you talk about?
And the crazy part is watch when they play us in 2 weeks, they actually have a good game plan for like 3 quarters. They're gonna make us sweat.
They will. They will. The thing that makes it crazy about is they put a lot of stuff into the offensive line. They got Galladay and Slayton and Shepard and 2 tight ends and Barkley, and they're horrendous. It's a lot of it's the quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but man, Jason Garrett just does not scheme people open. He's you beat your guy or you lose.
Bingo. That's it. And they don't have the line to do that.
Yeah.
And then that's what I love about Kellen. Kellen's like, okay, if then you're going to put 8 in the box, we going to throw on you all day. Oh, you want to back up? We're going to run the ball. Tell me what you want us to do to you.
Exactly.
And the
Tell
thing
me
about
what you want us to do to you, and then we'll do it.
The thing about the Mike McCarthy thing, too, is if you look at it, like, I know they say, like, he doesn't bring anything to it, but, like, what do you want him to do if Jarwin gets a block?
Got hurt.
If Jarwin gets a block, Zeke walks in on a touchdown.
Oh, J.C. Horn.
No. Oh, I hope he's all right, man. That's my guy.
Me too. That is who I wanted.
Oh, that might be an Achilles. Oh, man, get better. Oh, yeah. That's an Achilles.
Ooh.
Get well soon, man. Get back and dominate the league next year.
Yep. Yeah, that's an Achilles.
That looked like an Achilles, legitimately.
Yeah, that's it. Because the first thing he did was call over the man. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Damn, he too young for that.
Yeah,
that is the thing about a Achilles. You just don't know.
The sad thing is a lot of people right now are like, yeah, we don't have to play him, and that don't be that fan. Seriously, guys, don't be that fan. Play him, beat him. It's better for the league if J.C. Horn's in the league. Period. It's better for the league. So, like I was saying, does it help if McCaffrey's hurt for like 11 days? Yes, I get it. He's out. It's an advantage. But you don't want that kind of stuff. You don't want him out. You know what I mean?
10 weeks.
Yeah, that's too bad.
And they're still winning.
That seems really bad.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that is, but I like that about Kellen. Kellen's got better every year.
Yeah,
As he's going to, he just needs experience. I mean, you go into it. Yeah, you have a lot of brains, and I can tell you this from experience. You could think things up all day and have this IQ, but if you can't get the guys to carry it out, or if you don't have a system in place, or a smooth transition, like you're gonna struggle at first. Your ideas can be great, but they gotta carry it out. And then it's like, okay, well, how can I get it so that everybody's understanding my language? It only comes with experience. That's something that play calling comes from experience.
Yep. You have to see what the defense is going to do. If it fools you, you go, how can I beat that?
Because if you look at his first year, he was great at home, and it was like they get on the road and just get ultra conservative. Because I think at home they damn near scored 30 points every
I think
game.
it was Jason. I think it was Jason, honestly. They don't look conservative now on the road, do they? I think it was Jason Garrett.
Because the head coach sets up like the philosophy, and then the play caller calls the plays. And if Jason Garrett's on the road going, look, we need to make sure we run, we need to protect the defense, we need to yada yada yada, then Kellen Moore takes that into account when he's calling plays. You look now, Mike McCarthy's like, if you need to throw it 60 times, throw the damn ball 60 times. What do you got to do to beat the team you're facing this week? Make a game plan that beats them.
And this like last year, he was dealt the shit hand after Dak got hurt. He was like, what, you want me to turn this shit into gold?
Yeah, fact.
Kind of did.
He did. He really did.
He did.
Because Dalton didn't.
It probably made him a better quarterback. I mean, not quarterback, probably made him a better play caller for when Dak came back.
So agree so much. Having to call up plays knowing you don't have a mobility, you don't have an O-line to give you extra protection, you don't really have a run game, and still coming up top half of the league in offense, that's crazy to me.
That was basically based off the first 5 games, and it just carried over the last 11. And they're like, oh, we hold on to the record.
We put together some offense, though. Philadelphia was one of them. The Vikings game was one of them.
Cincinnati.
Nah, we got some defensive help that game. Somehow we got turnovers and touchdowns.
Alvin, I think, right? Was it the game?
Yeah, that was the game they actually really started getting turnovers.
Yeah.
The 49ers game, they actually put up a bunch of points.
Yeah, so, I mean, there were a couple games. New York, Dak was playing in that game.
Half of it.
I mean, I just think over the course of that year, and then think about it, too. If you got bad line play, like you got, like, guys that shouldn't be in the league, like Terrence Steele probably shouldn't have been in the league at that point. But his experience kind of made him better. But when he got in, Terrence Steele was an undrafted guy who just kind of got put in that position.
Brandon Knight. Woo.
Yep.
Brandon Knight was a guard they had to move out to tackle, and Terrence Steele was the tackle after Brandon Knight. It went the 2 starters, the swing tackle got hurt. Then they said, okay, the swing's hurt. Let's move Brandon Knight out there. And then Terrence Steele was the one after that.
Yeah. So, and it was like Looney was out of shape the whole year.
Yeah, Looney, man. He went to Joe Judge for like a day and retired.
He was like, nah, I'm not doing this shit. He said, I am not doing this shit.
He said, y'all sent your quarterback running laps?
Up downs. I'm good.
Like, what the hell? I'm like, hey, cut me. I'm not doing this. You are not Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And damn, Bill don't even do none of that.
Nope.
He ain't sending. What does it help the quarterback to run?
Nah,
what does it help?
Bill will just trade you or cut you.
Yeah. I'm about to say, because if you think about it, you don't hear Bill do no crazy punishments. Oh, what? You know your plays? All right, I'm about to trade you to Cleveland. Go in there and be a Redskin. Go in there and be a Redskin. Don't worry about it.
Washingtons.
You all right? You actually want to play bad? You can go play for Oakland. I ain't got time for it. Yeah, because Bill don't do nothing crazy.
Yeah, Bill doesn't want a team that beats itself. That's his main thing. Make another team beat you.
That was a Parcells thing. Parcells will punish you, but Belichick don't do none of that.
Yep.
It was almost like that's the part of his philosophy that he didn't agree with Bill Parcells on.
Yeah, you actually can tell. They actually bumped heads on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he probably was the one like, let LT do whatever the hell he wanted to do. He probably was like, let him do what he wanted to do. I don't care if he want to line up over here. Let him.
Yep. He's like, if LT want to be out with hookers all night,
let him
happen. He gonna come in here tomorrow and then get 3 sacks.
I'll just make sure everybody else is in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
I know that ate his ass up. I know it did.
Yeah.
Because if that is the one thing I always say about the Patriots, they are never that good talent-wise, but they ain't gonna ever beat themselves.
Yep. They make you beat them. They out-execute you.
And they always make you do something stupid.
They also
cheat.
Just to be clear, they also cheat. Like consistently. They cheat. I just want to throw that out there. They are cheaters.
Damn Wi-Fi is about to go out. Bill's about to cut the Wi.
Yeah. If we were in New England, they would right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really? The Wi-Fi is going out.
You remember that one year in Washington where they didn't have headsets? The headsets weren't working on Washington's side.
Yep.
They beat the hell out of them.
Yeah, they almost put 50 points on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell, they actually made the Chiefs uniforms disappear last year. They're like, where the hell are our uniforms?
They cheat in ways that you don't even think about. Like who the hell thinks like, okay, we're gonna film your script? Yeah, your walkthrough.
They said they put people on buildings recording like people's red zone and goal line friggin' walkthroughs. Yep. I'm not going to get off on that tangent because, that's the team people want to compare to America's team. And I'm like, first of all, it's a ratings thing. And second of all, they cheat.
But the crazy thing watching people play the Pats, especially in big games, you always see them do the dumbest shit. The ball at the 1 yard line, Super Bowl gaming, and you know what? We are gonna throw a slant to the slot receiver. That is what we're gonna do at the 1 yard line.
Wasn't it a double slant too?
Yeah, we go there and throw a double slant to the slot receivers at the 1 yard line with 18 seconds left.
And everyone lets Russ slide on that because they say, well, why'd you call that? And I'm like, man, but you got to know right off the line the guy lost that. He got pressed. The play was over. You got to do something else. Tuck in and run, go somewhere else. But you cannot just
go back to the end zone. All right, damn it. Beast mode. Shit, hell. I'm like, hey, I don't even like this call. Beast mode. We about to run you the Super Bowl.
Yes. They wanted Wilson to be the MVP, though.
Russ wanted to be MVP, too. He said.
Hell yeah, he did.
He went out there like Brucey, like, they don't want to give it to Marshawn. That's his problem.
Yeah.
Time to shine, baby.
Brucey.
He hasn't been the same since.
Reference, shame on y'all if y'all don't know that reference. You should know that reference.
The longest yard, buddy.
Yes, sir. The remake.
I swear. And then even the Falcons Super Bowl. I'm like, wait a minute. So y'all not gonna run the ball no more? Y'all up? Y'all aren't gonna run the ball?
Yeah, no.
Y'all are just not gonna do this.
Y'all just gonna Matt Ryan this thing to death.
Yep.
Y'all gonna get Matt Ryan this MVP. All right, cool.
That was the most painful.
When you got a top 10 running back in the backfield. Yeah, okay.
You're sitting there 28-3 thinking, oh, good. Because at that time I was like, these cheating asses are here every year. The refs help them. And I'm like, good. Let Atlanta beat. Like, I don't give a shit about Atlanta, but I'm like, let Atlanta beat them. These cheaters are here every year. And then they start coming back and you just know. You're like, here we go.
We actually was in the group chat. I was like, I'm like, this game ain't over yet. Like, nah, it's over. No, it's all right. 28-10.
I actually saw that kickoff right after halftime, and the Patriots laid this huge hit. I don't know who it was. They smacked somebody from Atlanta, set the whole tone.
I was like 28-17, 28-24. You like this? No, because they actually got a 2-pointer to put it to 3. Overtime, I'm like, this game's over.
Yep. It was over. It was over when they were up by 10. It was already over. They just didn't know it.
Mm.
What do you guys think for this Eagles game, though? You got any bold predictions? Who do you think's going to win? What do we got?
I think we'll win. I don't think we'll blow them out. I think it's probably going to be 28-20, something like that.
Damn, I was going to say 27-20. That was my score.
I had 28-17, but a late score. Like it's 21-17, and then we score in the fourth quarter to go ahead. Not like we blew them out. But, yeah, we're in that area.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to blow them out. I damn have a feeling they're going to do a bunch of trick plays, onside kick, a fake punt or something like that, because their damn head coach is a doofus.
Hey.
He's a real doofus. And damn, I can see them doing something like that.
I think the game will be in hand, so it'll seem closer than what it really is.
Because I would never put a beat damn Philly shirt on as a head coach. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this doofus?
Yeah, like win the division, like beat a team, one team, like but it shows the difference though, the level of like where the Cowboys are in the hierarchy and where the mentality of the Eagles is like beat Dallas. And Dallas is in like Philly week, like it's rivalry, but we're not thinking that. We're thinking like win the division. Like this is the next game in the line to win in the division.
Yeah,
this is
first
like
game of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's ain't a Super Bowl for us. When we beat the Eagles, we're not like, we got these shirts. These shirts are going on sale. That ain't how. But you're just the next game in line.
Yep.
I damn like how Zeke handled that question. Would you like to see how Mike McCarthy wear a beat Philly shirt? He was like, nah, we don't do that around here.
Yeah.
We damn stay in our own lane. We don't. That's like to Charla told the Hulk, we don't do that here.
Yep.
We do not do that here. Yeah, but for the most part, I think the game will seem kind of competitive. We don't actually play that great on Monday night, if you think about it also.
Yeah, but neither do they. So it's not like they got Michael Vick and LaShawn McCoy. If they had
Dallas
those
home
guys,
opener,
we might be talking about something different.
The home opener for Dallas and Dak's first game back in Cowboys Stadium since the injury. Yeah. I think Dallas is amped up. Dallas is amped up. It might be. It wouldn't surprise me if we're talking, 14-3 early.
Now, if we jump out like that early, then it's going to be a rout.
It's going to be a rout, yeah.
Make him throw.
Yes, sir. But yeah, fellas, I got to get ready to go. I got to get some rest, man. I got a big game tomorrow. But appreciate you.
The Friday Night Lights for you.
Yes, sir.
10:30 your time, right, guys?
I'll be 7:30 my time. 7:30.
Oh, y'all on the West Coast with me?
I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah. Oh, see, y'all good then.
Yep. So hopefully we can chat after the game, but because I damn know it's going to be late once the game's over for you.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have trouble, man, because I know I'm gonna have to write that article, and now it's on a shorter week. So if I can't come on this time, I'll be on the next one. I promise, Elton.
All right, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go to Mark's house next Monday, so I should be able to jump on.
Okay, yeah, because I am not trying to be on long after the game.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you guys again, and thank everybody who actually viewed. And then we will see y'all after the game's over.